Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Slim Let 2.0. Hi, Debbie. I'm hoping the
Debbie.
notification goes out.
Yeah, they don't go out very well.
I still haven't got it.
I just
Layne
got
hasn't
it.
got it. You just got it?
Mm-hmm.
I just
Okay.
got it.
All right. So I'll let a few more people come in here before we get started with everything. But how is everyone doing today?
I'm here.
I'm
Not
here.
bad. Not bad.
Slim, I sent you a link if you wanted to come up. So Cody had a really good birthday for a while yesterday. And that video just made his day. Oh, look who's coming in talking trash talk. Say no to the ho-hos, Carlos. Twinkies for life. I'm going to make you a shirt, Carlos, and you're going to have to wear it because it'll be a gift from a friend. And you cannot not wear a gift from a friend. And it's going to say no to the ho-hos, Twinkies for life.
I like that.
I'll just sit over here and eat the ding dongs and the Susie.
Yeah, I seen that she was going live today for her birthday. That's okay. We're still going to have a chat and people can come back and watch whenever they get ready to. But Tex, how's it been over there at Texas Front Porch?
Man, I tell you, we've been busier than a one-legged man in a butt kicking contest.
Y'all have. I've noticed that. Notifications going out left and right, and your shows are really good.
Thank you. Hey, Slim. Yeah, I've been doing these since I'm on night shift for a while. I've started doing these late night shows, and it's kind of cool because there's no rhyme or reason to them. They're real random. Whenever I get bored, I jump on. So I'll be sitting up here, because what is there to do besides get into trouble at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
Ate a hamburger.
So I get bored. I just sneak off in here and go live, and
Yeah, I happened to be up the other night when you were live, and so I jumped on for a minute. And it's not that the show was boring because I really could have listened to it. I was really getting into it, but I was also I'm old, and so when the tiredness hits you, you can't fight it no more. And the way I sleep sporadically anymore, whenever I'm actually tired enough to go to sleep, I go.
Oh, I get you.
I wish I could have stayed longer, but it was very late.
It was.
But it was good conversation up until then. Hi, Pete. Hi, Dustin.
Yeah, when you don't start a show till 2:45 in the morning, or
but surprisingly enough, you had quite a few people in there, so that was cool.
Floored me. By the time it was said and done, we had 60 people in chat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
That's awesome.
And I said, y'all maniacs, do y'all sleep? Because it was a lot of the regulars. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Go to bed.
Red Bull gave him wings.
Yeah. But what's cool about it is it gives a lot of the people, on the other side of the planet an opportunity to catch a live show.
It is hard for everybody to get together at the same time when we're Earth away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you were talking the other night about having a meetup with some people. Did y'all do that, or is that coming up, or?
A meetup with who?
Oh, I cannot remember who you said it was. You said somebody was coming down. Y'all were getting together and going out into the field.
I'm going up to Oklahoma this coming weekend.
Oh, nice. What part of Oklahoma? Well, you don't have to say
Well,
the
no,
specifics.
it's southeast Oklahoma is all I can say.
Okay, that's not near me, so.
And I was in. It was a deal where I was invited, so I'm not ramrodding the thing, but it is with, senior and CD squatchers coming in from Florida. So
Yeah.
We're going to go up there probably for 3 or 4 days.
Nice.
So, I've never been to this place, so it's supposed to be real active. So we'll see how it goes.
I still need to get you up there to Denver Cemetery.
You do, and the thing about it is, every time I go to that casino, I think about it up there in Bud.
Yeah. And see, that casino is only about 20 minutes from my house. So once Cody gets settled and everything, next time you go to that casino or something and you just say you have to go to the bathroom. And then say, hey, code brown, and then I'll know that means get there so we can go to the cemetery.
Either that or bring him another pair of breeches.
Because I know I definitely want to get back out there and get some stuff done, because that place just floors me every single time we go. I'm trying to figure out what this noise is in my house that keeps beeping.
It's a bird outside.
It's a bird?
Yeah.
Do you need to replace your
bird
alarm battery?
Yeah, I just got her message slam, but yes, y'all come up whenever you're ready.
Hi, Teddy Bear.
Oh, there's Lainey.
I think she's talking to you, Tex.
Yeah.
Hi, Lainey.
Hi, Lainey.
Miss you, girl.
You hear him? He said he misses you.
Oh, I miss you too.
So what's been going on in the Bigfoot community? Y'all been
Besides drama?
Yeah. Well, that's everywhere.
Oh, Lord, is it?
Man. I'll tell you what, I'm so glad we stay out of that stuff. Well, we've as far as the channel goes, we just made an announcement Monday night that Jessica's leaving the channel.
Yes.
And but there will continue to be a Friday night show. We're going to announce tomorrow who that will be.
Okay.
And looking forward to that. I'm excited about it. I can tell you this, it's going to be a paranormal show.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we got so much stuff going on. Of course, I was just interviewed for a documentary that Small Town Monsters is putting out on Dogman next year. So we're looking at getting, it's that time of year, and I love camping in the cold, so going to start hitting the field more. Got some experiments in my head that I'm going to try. So, and this actually, what's cool about this place that we're going to, it actually has reliable signal. So we're going to be able to go live from the field.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very rare when you're out in the woods.
It is. So we're looking forward to that. There's been a lot of high strangeness. Everybody's discussing what we've been discussing for a while, and it's not just these critters that we're dealing with out there.
Right.
For some reason, we keep running into the hinky woo paranormal side of it.
Yeah.
The hinky woo. I like that. I like that.
It's like I've been telling people, if you see a big old 8-foot dark figure with red glowing eyes, it ain't Bigfoot.
Right.
I don't care if it looks like a Bigfoot or not. I just don't think these critters have self-illuminating eyes. I just don't, So if it's broad daylight and this thing's got red glowing eyes, maybe something different.
You might want to leave it alone.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's getting strange out there, folks. It's
getting strange in all fields. And it makes you wonder what the heck is actually going on. In the paranormal field, we're having so much craziness. All the mocking, the names, and just they sound like us, and it's like they're copying what we're doing, and it's very weird.
I think there's something else at play here.
Mm-hmm.
Ramping up for a real big showdown.
I think, and I stick what I call the cabin in the woods theory. I think there's something behind the scenes.
Right.
And, pulling the strings. But I don't know what's going on with these critters. That's what I can't figure out. Is are they being, and I going back to the red glowing eye thing that looks like a Bigfoot. Could it be a Bigfoot and it's just possessed?
Mm-hmm.
Anything's possible.
Are we seeing, or are we seeing entities take the shape of Bigfoot? I don't know. But it's like you were talking about, Amy, and we experienced it out in the field together, actually, when we had the woman laughing at us on both sides of the camp.
Yeah.
And out there where we were, you're going to see somebody coming.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's one road in, one road out, and you're going to see headlights either come down the main road or coming down the road to your camp. So there was nobody there. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know why we run into. I just don't understand the attraction of what's attracted to what. Is it the paranormal stuff attracted to the critters, or is it the critters attracted to the paranormal?
Right.
And I don't know how to go about figuring that out. So
yeah,
anybody's got any ideas?
I was recently asked. Well, I wasn't asked, but I had a comment put on a poll that I had done, and they were saying that is it possible that a lot of these sightings, the whole alien Bigfoot thing, everything was to keep people out of certain areas because something bigger was going on in the background, and that reminded me of it. But the way I see it is it's 2022. Everyone's out looking for this stuff. Like before, back in the day, you had a few people that were going out and like, okay, I'm going to chance it and go look for them. But now it's more like everyone is going out trying to find that one clip, whatever they can get to make them famous. So honestly, I think that would be defeating the purpose nowadays. Maybe back in the day, it could have been, they could have made the active areas in certain places so they could keep people out. But what are your thoughts on that? Of this is a whole made up thing and it's just to keep people away from certain areas?
Well, if it's a deep fake thing, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody's hiring basketball players to run around in a monkey suit.
Right.
You know,
very large basketball players.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the first one that I saw down there in Brown Springs, he was every bit of 8 foot, and then the second one, he was probably more along the lines of 6 and a half, 7, and then we got that weird picture that we tried to recreate and we couldn't, and we measured it at 14 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when we was up there, we were coming out, and you know, of course, that night was off the chain, and that last time we were all out, and then we found those 12 to 14 inch hoof prints.
Yeah.
You know, and that's some scary math once you put that together.
Exactly.
Because, you know, and when you go to 4 or 5 different sources and don't know you're contacting the other one, and they tell you the same thing, that there's a huge, ancient dark entity that is watching over or controlling that place, and then you find that, you put all that together, it comes up spooky.
Yeah, definitely. Hello, Gary Nine Toes. And hello, my Twinkie.
Hey, everybody.
I still think that night that went so crazy when we was all up there. You know, we had the storms the night before.
Yeah.
And I think it was, for lack of a better term, a perfect storm.
Oh yeah, and that was a crazy mix.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I would do it all over again. That had my adrenaline pumping so hard that night that I would love to be able to recreate that. And I don't know if it was the chemistry of all the people that were there. If you never know, you don't know, and you probably once in a million chance of ever having it happen again.
Yeah.
But that was just the craziest night, and I absolutely loved it. And I would love to be able to just recreate that whole entire. Just because then the next time around you're more prepared for it.
Right.
I don't think you can ever really be prepared for it, but just it was boom, 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 boom. It was so fast, but it felt like we were there for hours.
Yeah, it did. And to have that many different experiences happen to a group of 5 people simultaneously, you know, because you had you had junior and senior dealing with whatever they were dealing with. And then us, you know, for your light and my light to go out at the same exact time.
Yeah.
They're different lights all together. It's just, that was weird. And then yours, after it got turned back on, it was doing weird stuff then.
Yeah, it was counting down. And my light does not count down. Like it doesn't. That's not a battery deal. That is the deal showing what percent that you have the light on. And I had it on 100%. Right. And it started going 100, 99, 98, 97. It just doesn't do that. So that was the crazy. I couldn't wrap my head around one thing before something else was happening.
Right.
And that was what the craziest thing was. But it was playing, to me, it was playing off of all of our fears. And not necessarily fears that we knew. I don't like the dark. I don't like being in the dark. I'll do it, but I would prefer not to be in the dark.
Right.
I also do not like being solo. But for some reason, I was getting pulled in one direction while y'all were getting pulled in another. You were getting spiritually attacked.
Yeah.
Layne was getting spiritually attacked, and then you had Gary Senior and Junior. The whole cat thing with Senior, the the things that Junior was dealing with, you know, is something that he's not maybe not necessarily fearful of, but he doesn't like dealing with.
Right.
So something has to be bigger for that to have known what was in all of our heads.
Right. And then on top of all that, you got Cody sitting down there at the bottom of the hill and whatever it was talking about him to us.
Yes.
And my truck.
Yeah.
That just floored me, you know, because if you want, I mean, what are the chances? What are the odds of those words coming out
At that, just boom, boom, boom.
At that particular time?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've never had anything, I guess, so personal happen, you know, and that was creepy. And, you know, and then when we started to leave, when we started to back out, then we got something walking around us, you know, and it turned out to be a big cat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, man. It was really, 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 really strange.
Yeah.
But what's more strange to me is ever since that's happened, that has been pretty much a dead zone up there.
Right.
You know, and I still think that it built up a lot of energy from the storms, a lot of energy from us. Hello, Mary. And I think it pulled everything it possibly could out of the, you know, it threw everything but the kitchen sink at us.
Oh yeah.
And I think it played itself out, and it has to rebuild. That's my opinion.
Right. I think there was definitely a lot of energy there that night, because I could feel it even before we even went up to the cemetery. I could feel it at the campsite.
Right.
And I think it too, with the different types of gifts that people had there.
Yeah.
The energy we all had, and we were also hyped up when we went up there. And it was just, I think the chemistry played a huge part in it as well. Because there are certain times I can go out with people and not have a lot go on, and then say, and I'll say Brown Springs for one. And I think Zach plays a huge part in that too, because when I go with Zach, there's not a whole lot of paranormal type stuff, but there is a lot of cryptid stuff. But when I went out there with Twinkie, there was a whole lot of both. And so I think it's too the energy that's being brought to the situation. Right. Because when we went back out there to Brown Springs after that big, huge thing happened, we had Zach with us. And Layne started feeling horrible in one area of the cemetery until Zach walked up.
Yep.
And then as soon as Zach walked up, she acted like there was nothing there at all.
Right.
You know, so I think it's definitely chemistry up there as well. I think they know who to mess with and who not to.
Yeah, we run into the same thing with Jason. Jason gets the same thing. I mean, every time he's been up the cemetery, it's just nothing happens.
Right.
You know, but that being said, that night that we got surrounded by cops.
Yeah.
And we come back to camp, and he's sitting in his car with his 44 drawn.
Yeah.
Because he felt like he was in danger. So something tried to mess with him. But I'm not real sure that was paranormal.
Right.
I think that may have been possibly a dog man in the area.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they get that fear, that dread. They call it dog man sickness. when they show up. I don't know if that was it, but as good as explanation as any other out there. And that's the problem, really. You know, every time we go out, we're looking for answers. We come back with more questions.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one thing I love about it is, and a lot of people will say, well, you go to the same place a lot. Well, yeah, because things change.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't always happen every time you go there. And then sometimes you go there and it's crazy with activity. So to me, going back to the same place a couple of times helps with your validation, for one.
Oh, yeah.
And two, it just shows everybody that you're not always going to get something, or if you do, you're not always going to get the same thing.
Right.
Not every haunting or not every deal is residual. Sometimes it's just spirits that come and go. And I definitely believe that there is some type of, and I'm not going to say it's just for spirits either. There's definitely some kind of portal up at that cemetery. And there's just certain areas of that cemetery that you can feel it. And I honestly believe it's right there by that tree where I caught that thing forming.
The Jawa.
I definitely believe it was that. Hello, Pam. Hello, Barry.
Yeah, that
Hi,
was.
Gary. Mary.
Hey, Pam.
Sorry, y'all. We get into talking and I don't want to interrupt anybody. So I appreciate you all being here. But I can't wait for Twinkie to get down here because I want to take her up there because that I think she would absolutely love it.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, y'all let me know.
Get back out there myself. I love that place. It's probably between that and the Hill House. Probably Denver Cemetery too. Those three have to be my top three around my area where I know I'm going to get something.
Right. Well, you know, last time that I was out there, we had, and I've been talking about this quite a bit, and this is not cryptid involved, it's not paranormal involved, it's natural, but it's something that everybody needs to watch out for. If you're going to go out in the woods, and if it's windy, don't go. Because especially down there's so many freaking widow makers hanging around.
Right.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, folks, that's like partially broken trees, partially broken branches that are just waiting to fall.
Yeah.
And perfect example of that is last time I was out there, we had a tree that had to be 30 feet tall right back 10 feet away from camp, break in half for about 15 feet up.
Yeah.
While we were there. And it's just, you never know. And you hear stuff falling all the time, you know, out there. You really can't. If I hear a tree fall or if I hear a big break or anything, I don't necessarily think it's Bigfoot because there's so much stuff out there because that's a floodplain.
Right.
You know. And of course, it's known for big storms out there, and they get quite a few.
Yeah, right there by the river, and Now we have seen trees out there that definitely look like Bigfoot took them and just twisted them right off the top. But you can definitely tell the difference between a twisted tree and a tree that just was dead and broke off.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the one that I found was about, I couldn't get both hands around it, so it was a good 8 inches around, and it was a live oak tree, and about 3 feet off the ground, it had been twisted until it just exploded.
Right.
And it was still attached, and it was laid over in another tree. Well, the thing about it is, when you look around, you look for footprints, you look for tool marks, you look for tread, everything. None of that was there. And it's surrounded by dead saplings that are about this big around, and they're not touched.
Yeah.
Something, I mean, it was a finger of God come down or something physical did it, you know. So I don't. You have to, and I'm not real big on tree structures and stuff because I know what the weather can do. It can do some hinky stuff, and
Yeah.
But when I was out in Mineola at the conference, a lot of folks were camping out at the state park, and I went out there, and we was all sitting around camp, and everybody's talking about going disc and that, and so I went for a walk. You know how I am, and I literally ran. I went off trail and literally ran smack into a weave, and it was a young tree, and it was bent over into another tree, and it was weaved around each other, not like it grew that way, like somebody had taken it and just weaved it.
Yeah.
You know, and those type of things, I pay more attention to the young stuff, the little stuff, than I do the big structures, because unless you can identify it as being placed from another area and coming in, and you know, and one thing I'll look at down there on the Red River in that floodplain is if you've got trees that are forming an X or whatever, try to see if that tree up against the one, you know, if that tree came from upstream or downstream of the water flow that was there. Because if it came from upstream, the floodwaters could have died.
Right.
But if it came from downstream, if you can find the stump, you know, that you think matches it, and it came from downstream, it was placed there.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's little things like that you can look for. But I don't know. It's like we said, you know, every time you go out there, you're looking for answers, you get more questions. And now, you know, of course, I had the missing time thing years ago, and then Jessica remote viewed it and said I was, you know, taken up. And,
Yeah.
I still don't. I'm still trying to get my mind wrapped around that. I don't know where to go with that, because I don't want to be one of those people. I mean, I just don't. But may not have a choice in that.
I understand it completely. Hi, Jared. Hi, Adam. Love you. I know out at the Goatman's Bridge, when we had George and Rich come down, and we took them out there. And for some reason in my mind, I thought that the trail curved back around to the other side. Well, we just kept walking and walking. We were having a good time. We were filming. You know, before we knew it, we were over an hour and a half into the woods.
Right.
And the place we come up on was just crazy. There was trees laid over on their side that were taller than me, which I know I'm short, y'all. You ain't got to pinpoint it in the chat or nothing. But laying on their side, I would not have been able to climb over them. They were like eye level to the top. There was trees right beside them that were just regular normal size trees, perfectly fine. But all of these trees that were laid over, and some of them were stacked, you know, it looked like somebody was building a Lincoln log house back there. But some of the trees at the very tops of them, and even ones that are in the, you know, up at the front part of the Goatman's Bridge trails, the whole top parts of the trees are just completely bare, where all the bark has just been completely rubbed off.
Right.
And these huge trees were the same way. And it's not like they just broke off and fell over. Some of them were completely uprooted. And there's no way a tractor or a vehicle or anything could get back there.
Right.
Because it was so tight, you know, we had to walk side by side, two at a time, because that's as far as you could walk.
Right.
And I felt like I was in like the land of the lost or something like that, because everything just seemed like it was so much bigger back there. And I thought for sure, first thought in my head was Bigfoot. And once I seen that, the more we go out there, the more I feel like he's definitely there too, you know, because there's so many signs, and it's just crazy. And then we went out there with Zach and them, and we played sounds from the YouTube of what the whoops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And not long after we played that, I was telling them, quit playing the thing on the speaker because I want to be able to hear. And they're like, we didn't play nothing. And I was like, bull. You better have been playing something, because it was like the loudest, deepest growl I'd ever heard in my life. And I've lived in the country my whole life. I know what all these animals sound like. And I had never heard anything like that. So it was definitely, I feel like there's definitely something out there. And there's a heightened sense of fear when I go out there now. And it's not because of the paranormal.
Right.
It's definitely cryptid. The fear is definitely cryptid, because I know there is a lot of satanic stuff out there now, especially since it's gotten so popular. But I feel like there's more cryptid activity out there than there is paranormal.
Well, it may very well be. You know, and to me, that's a safer environment than the paranormal is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been around these critters for years, and you know, had some, you know, pretty hinky encounters, and I'm still here to talk about it. And it's not the critters that I worry about when I go out. Honestly, it's pigs and people. That's my two main concerns.
Yeah, I think that's all. We all fear the people and stuff more than we do, because I've had my fair share of that run-ins out there with just people, you know, too. But Twinkie, when you were out there, because Twinkie went to the Goatman's Bridge with me, what did you feel more of?
There was a lot of people, but you just get an uneasy feeling when you go to certain spots, and it's like you got to turn around and watch your back every minute. That's why you never go alone.
Yeah, I would definitely never go alone walking out there, and it feels like you're being watched out there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, you definitely need to go out there. Now, I know where a lot of the good spots are out there, just because we have been all over that place, and we've searched and searched and searched. But I don't think it's. I think my fear of the cryptid is not. It's not that I wouldn't go looking for it, you know, or I wouldn't go out on I've shown you, you know, we don't scare easy.
Right.
But it's because I don't know. And I don't know everything there is to know about the paranormal. There will never be an expert in the paranormal. But I know so little about the cryptid. That's why when we do go on stuff like that, I like being with you, you know, and stuff like that. But hello, Patrick and Melissa. Love y'all. But yeah, I think it's just the unknown for me that just, it really, because if one of them come up to me, I would not know how to react. Honestly, I don't really think anyone would, because you'd freeze up and just, I don't know. I know there would probably be poop involved. And maybe some, is Mary here fat jogging?
Yes.
But
get her, Mary.
I don't know how to react, and that's what scares me more than anything.
Amy?
Yes.
Don't sit on here and lie to these people.
Hey, boy, don't make me come through the screen. I'm sorry, Mary. I had to.
Out in front of Amy, and she's going to freak out.
I don't scare easy, but
Put a spider
if a Bigfoot walked in front of me right this minute, I would poop my pants, and I have no shame in saying that.
Yeah, I don't get scared easy either.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Melissa.
yourself.
3 of them.
But I know, like at Goatman's Bridge, either next to where that little building is that they're supposed to put information and stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Right there was really creepy, right in that
Yes.
area, and in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah. Melissa, I got carried away.
Well,
But
you
yeah,
know,
I'm an expert in leaving bacon strips in my pants for sure. Oh my Lord, Donnie.
regardless of how, you know, brave somebody wants to think they are or anything, and you sit there and you say, well, I would react this way. You have no clue how you would react when
Exactly.
you're faced with one of these things. You know, until you've been through it, you don't have it. That's like the difference between my Dogman encounter and my Bigfoot encounters. You know, it's the Dogman encounter. I pretty much reacted like any normal person would. You know, it was damn near an underwear changing moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Bigfoot, I mean, it was like, well, hell, my exact words were, "I'll be damned, there goes one right there."
Yeah. I don't see that being the words I say. And honestly, even in the paranormal, I can go out to some of these really creepy, dark places and be fine. And then some of them, there's just something there that starts that adrenaline running, and then the fear starts taking over sometimes, and it scares you. And even here at my house when I'm doing different things, and you'll see on that video I'm premiering here in a little bit, it started bothering me. So it's the unknown. It's if you've never been in that situation before, you do not know how you're going to react. And I do not like that.
You know, I've had, and you know, I've had numerous encounters out there by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm comfortable around the critters. Because I'm pretty sure there's, you know, if I, dead gum.
What?
Oh, freaking Amber Alert.
Oh yeah, I just got it too.
But
second one in 2 days from that same place.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not Randy.
But like Twinkie, when you were here, the barn and the woods, and we all got scared there at one time to the place where we did an investigation at. We were all looking in the edge of the woods, and we heard something running behind us. We all flew around. It was a horse. It scared the horse.
That horse about got throat punched.
Would you have been able to have reached his throat?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would thoroughly enjoy seeing that.
But when you are like in a pitch black dark and you hear something just running and you can't see what it is scary.
Well, at least you got to see what was running at you. When we went up to that his family cemetery that night, everybody left me out there in the cemetery by myself, got in the car, shut the doors, and I'm out here trying to get arms was full. Something run up on me, but they wasn't nothing there to run up with the sound.
Hi, Eerie Frog.
Well, we didn't get to see what it was because when it was running up, we couldn't tell what it was because it was so dark.
Yeah, and there was trees in the deal, but we heard the thing afterwards.
That's how we knew it was the horse.
We knew it was the horse.
Is he there? Yeah. He sounds like only farts sometimes.
So what you're saying is you're going to have to start taking some carrots with you?
Yeah.
But the barn is really cool. Well, I have 22 acres around me.
And there is a lot going on there too. And I can't wait to get back in them woods because there's definitely big critter there as well. You can hear it, you can see signs of it, and it just, yeah.
Well,
Genius.
you know,
You smell what's wrong?
it's if y'all find any evidence out there, you know, photograph it. Be sure you got something to scale. You know, if you've got, say, you know, if it's a footprint or a handprint, lay a dollar bill down next to it or anything, you know, and take as many photographs as you can.
We even seen some of the trees where trees were like
Twisted off.
And
You could tell they were twisted, and that's one thing I was definitely looking for.
Right.
But and Lainey has a really bad habit. Well, it's because it's my fault, really. If we see like big old brush piles and stuff, she'll throw shit at it. And
you had to
It's
do
to
it.
make sure there ain't no snakes is in there.
well, it's too because we want to see if there's a critter hiding under it. So that's mostly my fault because I told her to do it one time. Now she does it all the time. Well, Zach also told her to do it several times. So we have a bad habit of doing that. We really need to stop that because if there is a big critter up underneath there, I ain't going to be able to run fast enough to get away from it. So I need to, and my daughter's with me and my Twinkies with me. I can't trip one of them. You know, so always take somebody with you that is trippable people. That way, if something happens and you need to trip somebody, you don't have to make a choice.
Yeah. I doubt this reference will be lost with this group. Jason always threatens to shame me. Something to reference.
Oh,
But you know, it's if you're finding trees that are twisted off and stuff, to me, that's them marking something for some reason.
yeah.
Only problem is a lot of them here is right by my house,
Yeah, that's not,
close to my house, and Slim has went and Casey and all have been hearing hollering, hooping sounds.
Yeah, definitely whooping. And growls, big growls.
Mm-hmm. The dogs, we have a hunting dog, one of those short-haired pointers.
mm-hmm.
He'll hear something, and you know how they'll point, and he'll stand there, and he'll slowly start walking into it, and it'll make a sound or something, and he hightails it back. So it's even scaring the dogs.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me you need to be running some audio.
That's what I keep telling her. I said, even because she was afraid of like the morning dew and stuff, you know, I put it in a Ziploc bag or something. Just you I tell them all the time, get some cameras out there because I guarantee y'all will get something. Because that place was crazy.
Now, so we do have one camera outside, and Slim got something the other night on the camera. It was something standing right outside next, you know, where our picnic tables with a heater light. Yeah. It was standing right next to it. It was a shadow standing right, but you couldn't make out what it was. The camera wasn't turned far enough around.
Yeah, so
you can see
a shadow casting off the light off the corner of your house over there was casting a big enough shadow by your picnic table. That definitely would be scary, because for you not to be able to see what was casting the shadow, it had to have been something pretty big standing back.
But you could see it moving. I mean, it wasn't just something stationary. It was, you could see the shadow moving a little bit. It was tall, but I don't know what it was.
What you can do is you can try to recreate that and, you know, take a measure, look at the picture and see where the shadow stops, you know, at the top of the head or whatever, and get you like a piece of plywood or a board or whatever, and see if you can cast a shadow from where you think it may have been standing, and match that, and that will give you the height.
Well, I
of
know.
whatever you're casting the shadow.
I know when I looked at it, you know what kind of heaters they're talking about? The real tall. Okay, that's what we have out there, and it was as tall as that.
Okay, those are about 7 feet. So.
And theirs is it. We set out at the picnic, and it was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. We had to be up at like 6 that morning to head out to Wilmington, and we heard stuff just all around us. That's why we couldn't go to bed. That like every time you think it was settling down, you'd hear another noise, but then as soon as you focus your attention to that way, the noise would be on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
We're surrounded by woods.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We know one thing I've noticed and wondered a lot too is, I mean, I went back and watched a lot of April's, older streams when she's done, like investigations outside, just been outside doing the hangout stuff, everything. I mean, it's every time. I mean, there's always something there, so I'm wondering if there's a portal there somewhere.
In my personal opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe there's a portal anywhere that there's activity like that. And that's just my personal opinion. So don't come at me in the comments, people.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, that would make a lot of sense because that, it's where does it go, when it's not there? You don't hear it.
Well, the thing about it is nobody can say you're wrong.
Yeah.
There's no evidence to be blatant, there's no evidence to support the porthole theory, and there's no evidence to debunk a porthole theory right there. So, it's because when you start dealing with that type of thing, what do you do? I think about the only thing you could do is if it seems to be appearing in the same spot, possibly set up a not necessarily a camera, but a thermal imager. You may be able to catch something that way, but that's not a guarantee.
I honestly believe we need to, especially out at Brown Springs, do that theory that deal that we were going to do the last time.
Right.
Well, I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want anybody taking the idea.
Right.
But I think we should do that because that would definitely, and I want to find the area that we were at, me and Layne definitely, because I honestly believe the way that whatever that was just kind of morphed out of thin air.
Right.
And I know spirits can morph, or they can kind of show anywhere, but just that there was such a fuzziness around it. I call it the like when you're looking at a fire and that glaze kind of thing that's over the top of it when you're trying to look through it. It's almost like to me that's what I feel like a portal would look like. And just even Twinkie and Jared and all them when they went to that house, you could definitely tell there was some sort of a portal there because of their faces were morphing in those areas only. And all the pictures come out so bad in that area.
Right.
And you
I remember that one
see stuff morph through it.
So I wonder how much EMF affects our equipment when we're trying to film stuff like that.
Oh, definitely.
If there's a high level of it, or maybe if there's a high level of something that our devices aren't able to detect, that is making these images come out because of the energy coming off the entities themselves. Yeah. But we're not able to. Maybe it's something other than EMF that we're dealing with.
It's very possible. That would make a lot of sense if you think about it too. How you can take like a brand new device, camera, anything like that, and works perfectly fine, like a brand new and everything. But you take it to a location, then all of a sudden it starts glitching out, audio difficulties and things like that.
Right. I know a lot of people now are taking actual Geiger counters out with them and finding radiation spikes when they encounter these portholes and even what they think are critters. And I mean, how do you explain that?
I mean, that's fascinating. I mean, it really is.
Slim wanted me to show you this picture. This was caught outside of our house.
You want me to make it bigger, Twinkie?
Oh, Lord, no, because I'm scary looking right now.
Oh, Lord. You're always beautiful.
That's interesting.
This is right outside of my house.
You can send that to him through email, Twinkie, or you can send it to me and I can send it to him through email.
Yeah, if you got the original, try to send me the original.
You still got the original?
That I think it is. Well, that's I don't know if I still got the original or not.
I'll have to look. You can make it bigger if you want to, Twinkie.
Okay.
Snapshot. That's why it's like the way it is.
Without the circles. Wait.
Oh, it went black.
Is that that tree or branch or whatever? Is there any way you can get out there and take measurements?
Yeah, I did. It's about probably 7.5 foot tall or 8.
Okay.
Because I'm 6'3" and it's about 1.5 2 foot taller than me.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, if you can send me the original picture, that would be awesome.
And this is what is around our house and stuff like this.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's amazing. That barn in particular definitely has a feel into it. There's definitely a lot of spirit activity there, but there's definitely cryptid activity there as well.
We are working on a theory that, and those of you that don't know, there's 2 different kinds of game cameras out there, and a lot of people don't realize it. You have active IR and you have passive IR. Now, the active IR emits a beam, and when it's broken, that's when it activates the camera. Those are the cameras that will get every time a leaf moves or anything like that, and will trigger and trigger and trigger and trigger. The passive IR detects IR. So it doesn't trigger every time something moves that doesn't have, it only triggers when a body moves in front of it. And if these critters are able to see IR, and we think they probably can, you may get better results with a passive IR camera. Now, the only thing you're looking for when you're looking at cameras is PIR. That's what you're looking for.
Now, my son does have a trail camera. It's in his room right now, but I don't know what he's got.
Yeah, if you can just get the model number off of it, and it may say on the camera itself. It probably should. Just look for PIR. If it's PIR, that would be a good one to put out. But playing devil's advocate here, they're going to know that something's different.
Yeah.
And if you put a trail cam out, it may kill the activity. It may spook them.
Well, he's had it out there before.
Uh-huh.
That's one reason we knew when our dog had ran off, because we got the last picture of her. We found her a while later, but she had ran away for a few days, and that's how we got the direction to go for when we found our dog.
Okay. Well, then, I mean, if you can try putting it out there, what might work better, and I haven't tried this yet, is if there's a car parked out there or if there's a window facing that area, actually hide the camera in the car, on the car, or behind the window facing out.
No, that's true. We got some cars out here.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. You might try that.
Yeah,
What's up, buddy?
I would love to see camera stuff from out there. I would even watch live streams from those woods. I just love it.
Well, I'm gonna walk in here and see what he's got.
Okay. We're only going to be on here for about 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to post a link here. She's already done with her birthday stream, but I'm going to send y'all over to do a paranormal birthday raid, or What the Paranormal birthday raid on Miss Channy, because today is her birthday. But Thursday night, we're going to have Jason up here. He's also part of Texas Front Porch. Oh, he cannot be related to you. He is adorable. Hi. Oh, so cute. But we don't know what we're going to be discussing yet Thursday night with Jason. But I'm sure you know Jason. He's just like Ted, we'll get into whatever and make a good conversation about it. And I've been missing text, so I texted him the other day and I said, "Hey, you want to come up?" And he said, "Sure."
Well, yeah, because I've got a prior engagement.
Yes, you got to go eat. I did the air quotes. If you didn't, you can't see them, but I did the air quotes when I said eat. But I do appreciate you coming up today, text, and you know you're always welcome. Just send me a text and say, "Beam me up."
I'll do that.
Hi, Jedi.
Well, it was great talking to y'all, and we don't do this enough.
No, we don't. We're both very busy, and time just gets away from us. But I do know that every time Tex is around, it's just like picking up from the last time. So can't wait to get back out there to Brown Springs around the campfire and get up there and get some investigating done. So whenever you are ready, just message us.
Will do. I'll give you about a week's notice.
I'm gonna let Twinkie let you know what that was before
I haven't found it yet. I'll have to wait till Cameron gets home because he's got all this hunting stuff somewhere.
Okay. But that would be a good idea, Twinkie. And like I said, I'd even watch live streams of you just setting the camera up out there and letting it go. Oh, yeah. I would absolutely love that. But hi, Cassie. So, guys, we are going to be getting off here. I do have a premiere that's going to be at 5:00 today. And it is my Paragames 9 challenge. For any of you that are still in the Paragames, Paragame X is coming next. And with it being round 10, you know it's going to be a doozy. So be ready for it. Hi, Batty. Batty, are you going live tonight?
Amy, I'm going to be sending you the drawing later if you wouldn't care to pass it on to text for me.
Okay. Let's see if he's going live tonight. Twinkie, what do you got coming up?
Slim's going to be going live tonight in my place because I'm just not up to it.
Okay.
Understandable.
I have my first therapy. They just scheduled it for next week.
Next week. All right. Well, that's one step closer to getting you healed and getting you better. I know it's going to be torture, though. So send lots of prayers her way because she's definitely going to be needing them. So I'm excited that Slim's going to go live. Well, did you message it right now about Ricky? Because we're all kind of busy right now. But if
Well,
you're
guys,
going
y'all
live,
be careful out
I'll
there.
be there. I love you, Tex. Thank
Love
you
you
for
too.
coming up. And enjoy your dinner.
I will.
Yeah, be safe.
We'll see y'all later.
Have a
All
great
right,
day.
love y'all. So I know Tex has a lot of shows during the week, so y'all make sure that y'all have the bell on Texas Front Porch. Him and Bigfoot Michigan Rob, Bob, Jason. There's so many of them over there now on that team, and they all do an amazing job. That's sort of about an hour ago. Okay, Batty, I just didn't see it yet. So, but yes, I will be there. So will Jared and them. And I don't see anybody else's head shaking yet. So,
It'll be right.
Sandra's head shaking.
I was shaking my head for her. She didn't have to. I had already had it covered.
Yeah.
She knew that.
But the Slim also has a live stream Thursday night. So make sure y'all are there to check that out. And I believe Thursday night we're interviewing AAP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So AAP and Becca. So make sure y'all are there to show some love to Slim. And then they've already got, or no, Slim's already got his pair game challenge up, but Twinkie will have hers up probably tomorrow or early Thursday. So brush up on your cartoon. Uh-oh. Cody will be here too, so he might. You want to go up and do the trivia on Bat Ricans? Yeah. Huh? Okay, so Cody said he'd probably be coming up. Yeah, he fell asleep during. Oh, train! I'm trying to work here. Yeah, Cody said he would come up too, and then we'll be up on with Slim after that. So make sure y'all are around tonight. So Jared and Laura, what do y'all got coming up?
I'm going to draw this werewolf picture and have you send that to Tex.
Okay.
Yes. But other than that, I've got some more Appalachian stuff. Got some Appalachian live streams. Some for just the fam. Just some for members only. Got some DIY stuff coming. Just all kinds of stuff coming. So just be watching.
All right. And Miss Sandra.
Well, my members can now have access to the new series that that I started. Starts next week. First video is already out for members only. It's Scary Games and Rituals. So check that out. And that's about what's new so far. That's it.
And she'll be live tomorrow.
Yeah,
evening,
my live streams.
or your live.
My live on Friday. And Friday morning, I have a scary story that is also for members only right now. And then Sunday, well, it's my regular live stream also.
Awesome. Yeah, the Cletus interview with Ozzy was great. I haven't commented on it yet, but I did watch it. But I wasn't where I could comment on it because I was watching videos while I was cooking. And I was just kind of letting some videos play, and that was one of them that come up, and it was hilarious.
It was creepy.
But that's Ozzy, though. You can understand about 2 words out of a whole entire sentence. So, but I recently watched the deal that's on, is it Paramount or Peacock? One of the two. About the Osbournes, and it was awesome. It shows from way back some of the stuff that they went through, and the plane crash that killed one of their band members, and then her assistant and stuff and everything. It goes way back to when Ozzy started drugs and alcohol real bad and stuff, and the fight between her and her dad to get the rights for Ozzy's career and management and stuff. So it was very interesting.
But Jared did a great job.
Yeah,
of
it was
his
very
thing.
So we have a premiere here at 5 o'clock of my Para Games Challenge. Then we'll be on the streams tonight. And then me, Cody, and Layne are going to be doing a video together. We're going to be playing some cards with the cowboy and see what we get out of all that. I'm excited for that one. But let's see what else. Today's Tuesday. So Thursday night we have Jason coming up. Not sure what we're going to be discussing yet, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Hi, Dia. And Saturday, I'm not sure what the deal is going to be for the members only yet. I haven't decided which story I'm going to do with the Necrophonics. So, and then next week we'll start back over again. But I know me and Layne we brainstormed last night quite a bit about some videos we want to get done for the channel. And right now, while it's hard to go out and film, we've come up with some ideas that we're going to try to hopefully help the channel a little bit. We're also going to be getting back to doing some TikTok live streams with the dolls as well. And Layne is wanting to investigate this new doll. So I've never really seen her want to investigate one of the dolls. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Okay. And we're going to investigate her. So
the only reason I'm doing that is so we can have a video with her and then send her off.
And send her off. Okay.
Oh Lord, Layne, you know I'm not sending these dolls off.
That one's you.
We might put her in some kind of protection deal, but I'm not getting rid of my dolls. But
I just knew that doll had something.
Oh yeah, she definitely does. And y'all will see that coming up at 5 o'clock when we premiere the video. But right now, I'm going to put this link in, and please go over and do a What the Paranormal birthday raid and wish Channy happy birthday. We love you guys bunches. Y'all mean the world to us. We hope you know that. Thank you, panel, for coming up here with us. And I hope to see you all later at Bat Ricans, 7 Central Standard Time. And then right after, we will be over with Slim Let 2.0. And until then, we'll see y'all. Love you.
Love y'all.
See you later.